Time for a Void Warlock build, and I'll show you how to get some absolutely humongous damage, clearing enemies, making our Void abilities do some massive damage. It's going to be featuring one of the seasonal mods called Monochromatic Maestro. Dealing damage with elemental abilities grants increased damage to weapons of the same element for a short duration, and it also works the other way. Dealing damage with elemental weapons grants increased damage to all of our abilities. Your grenades, your supers and everything like that. So as long as you damage with a void weapon first, use your abilities, you're going to do some massive damage on them abilities. And like I said, it does work the other way as well. Use a weapon to buff your void abilities out, so it works both ways. And the loop of play is just to do damage with a void weapon and then throw your abilities, and you're going to do some serious damage. Another part of the build is nothing manacles. Mech scatter grenades go nuclear with this build as well with Monochromatic Maestro, gain an additional scatter grenade, and it also gives increased tracking. These things are absolutely insane. I've always preferred these over Controversial Hold. They're an instant charge. You get two of them, you don't have to charge them, they're just there ready whenever you want. And obviously then with this as well, I'm also running Echo of Instability to get volatile rounds to our weapons as well. You can pretty much have volatile rounds whenever you want, because these grenades, there's nothing really that they don't actually kill, so you can have volatile rounds going up all the time. So I'm just going to quickly touch on Monochromatic Maestro once again. So as soon as you do damage with your void weapon, that is instantly going to give you a 10% damage boost to your void abilities. And then like I said, it does work the other way as well. Doing damage with your grenade or your super or your melee is also going to buff your weapon damage out by another 10%. So it's a really nice little combo for this particular build. You'll see on that bottom left, void weapon boost. The other one you can do is Lord Kelvin's Basilisk. Obviously this season it's going to stun overloads as well, so that's a nice little bonus. And these grenades, just going to go back to nothing manacles again now. Look at the state of that. They're absolutely crazy. They're so strong. And like I said, they're instant. I absolutely love nothing manacles. I've covered these a couple of times this season. Again, taking advantage of that Lord Kelvin's Basilisk and the Monochromatic Maestro, as you'll see there. I throw my grenade and that's going to buff my void weapons out as well, so you can take full advantage. And like I said, Monochromatic Maestro does really work perfectly with this. Every time you do damage with your void weapons, you're going to buff your void abilities out like so. So it's really strong. The other one that I just want to touch on quickly, I'm just going to go over my fragments and aspects, because this is really important for nothing manacles. Why I like nothing manacles is if you're running something like, for example, Controversial Hold, you don't have to run Chaos Accelerant. That means therefore you can run a Child of the Old Gods and Devour, and they're both 2 fragment slots each, so you get an extra fragment slot running nothing manacles. You don't need to run Chaos Accelerant, so just having Devour and Child of the Old Gods is an absolutely massive bonus. Child of the Old Gods just adds to that weakening effect, and Devour can sometimes save your ass in certain situations. Obviously then we'll just go over my abilities. Scatter Grenade obviously with nothing manacles, that's obviously what you need for nothing manacles. Healing Rift is what I always run. With regards to my fragments, Echo of Expulsion, this one's quite important, because all them void ability final blows that you get with your nothing manacles, they're just going to cause your targets to explode, so you're going to get loads of void bloom everywhere. Echo of Instability, which we've touched on, having 2 grenades pretty much guarantees you volatile rounds to your weapons whenever you want. Whenever you throw your grenade, you're pretty much going to kill everything. Having that volatile rounds to your weapons is really strong. Echo of Undermining, your void grenades weaken targets, that one's a no-brainer, just adding that 15% debuff. Again, works with Monochromatic Maestro. And then Echo of Persistence, void debuffs applied to you, Devour in this case having increased duration. This one's interchangeable. What I found, you can pretty much run whatever you want with this one. If you really want to buff, even though we're not suppressing anything, Echo of Domineering will give you that 10 discipline if you're a bit short, but there's other little ones you can run as well. But I just run Echo of Persistence at the moment, but you can change that up if you wish. On my armor mods, I run Elemental Ordnance. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns Elemental Well and matches your subclass, so avoid Elemental Well. Every time you throw your scatter grenade, get a kill with it. And then I also run Bountiful Wells to double them wells up, bit of extra regen. And then I'm also running Font of Might to give myself a 25% damage buff to our void weapons which works nicely again with Monochromatic Maestro and the volatile rounds from Echo of Instability. And for things like Lost Sectors, these champs just get absolutely destroyed with it, to be honest. Monochromatic Maestro getting proc there. Your Font of Might all stacks with the Monochromatic Maestro as well. And champs and things like that, they just don't stand a chance with it, because you're getting that extra damage boost from the Maestro mod as well. So it's absolutely really like disgusting, to be honest. Two-shotting overload champs and barrier champs sometimes when you've got everything sort of stacked, when you've got your Font of Might, the Maestro going, and your volatile rounds. You literally can two-tap champs with it, debuffed with the scatter grenade, and then look, 1, 2, he's gone. Absolutely destroys champions. It works with all different types of weapons. Taipan is really strong with this. Tomorrow's Answer, that's a decent one as well. Avoid rocket launcher with lasting impression, that works really nice with this build. Retrofit Escapade, popular one this season. Unforgiving with Demolitionist and perks like Demolitionist and Golden Tricorn. Wilder Flight and Hollow Denial with perks like Repulsor Brace, it works really nicely. And then just watch this here, I've just shot him with the Void SMG, and he doesn't even get a chance to get his barrier up. That's the extra damage on your Nova Bomb from the Monochromatic Maestro. So it's really strong. Absolutely crazy. Nothing manacles. I'm really in love with these. I've been in love with these for a good few seasons now. And obviously with the introduction of Monochromatic Maestro, just for this season only, they're as strong as they'll ever be at the moment, so I do urge you to give this a try. With regards to GMs, I've run Nothing Manacles in GMs previously and they've been absolutely brilliant. And then obviously now again, like I just said, they've been buffed a little bit this season with the Maestro mod. And then this season as well, with regards to GMs, there is like 3 GMs this season that I've got a void burn on them, so I will 1,000,000% be running these in GMs like I've done the last couple of seasons anyway. I've always run Nothing Manacles in GMs and I've always been solid. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever that this won't be solid for GMs, and I promise you I will be running these in GMs myself when they come round in a couple of weeks. So it's one to bear in mind for the future for endgame stuff as well. And the whole package of the Void Walker build, the Void Walker since Void 3.0 is absolutely great anyway. The whole package is absolutely fantastic with things like Child of the Old Gods, Devour, perfect for endgame stuff in my opinion. The only thing I've got left to do now is I'll leave a build card for you in a few seconds, and then on top of that, in the video description, I will leave a dim link also. Let us know what you think. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a great day.